Hello Taurus, and welcome to your June reading. So I've meditated, shuffled in the cards that came out for your first layer of card. In the underlying energy, that's what Spirit wants to talk about. I have 10 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups that came out together. So that is how you project and imagine and send out there with your emotional charge about that finality of a family, of building your empire. That's the kingdom. 10 of Pentacles. What we build up that can be passed from one generation to another. So it's that question of because the 7 of Cups, it's the emotional imagination. So that means how we project in the future, the little movies we make, because this is all happening in his head there, in the clouds. So it's that projection. After that, I have the 7 of Wands. Defending what you want, defending your boundaries against maybe naysayers or opposing opinions or things like that. And I have the 7 of Pentacles. So what Spirit wants to talk about, it's that reassessment of exactly what do you want your home life to look like, to feel like. And you are reassessing that and you're defending your will about it. This is what I want. It's that definition of exactly what do we want. In the month of June, I have the Fool and the 4 of Wands. So there's that brand new cycle of your family situation. 4 of Wands, we call it the celebration card, the wedding card and all of that, but it's when our will, our fire is solid in a home, shared. It's that celebration. So it's a whole new, you're going to embark in a whole new cycle in that. Probably because you are reassessing exactly of what you want to live as a family, as a couple, as your solidity in life. In the middle, the Sun. So whatever comes out, there is going to be illumination about it. That's the big yes from the universe. It's the inner child being happy. It's the divine light coming down. It's hopefulness and all of that. And with that, I have the 4 of Cups. So that tells me is that there's a part of you that maybe is not quite looking at what the universe wants to offer you. Because this is all the been there, done that, the emotions we know. The type of dynamic with others that we have shared and tasted. The life we have tasted until now. And that is what he's looking at. And he's not seeing that Ace of Cups that the universe wants to give him. So maybe when you are re-questioning and reassessing what are the possibilities for you to have a 10 of Cups, the type of 10 of Cups that you, 10 of Pentacles you can have, there's maybe a need to look up the outcome of this. There you are, Queen of Pentacles, your feminine side, the one that can build beauty out of nothing, that can take care of everybody around her, that knows what the value of things are, the value of people, the value of gestures and little animals and everything like that. And it comes with the 6 of Swords. So that means that you are going to move to calmer waters. here, because we're all talking about that reassessment of what you want to live, you know. And maybe this attainment of the Ten of Cups here is something that is really giving you sleepless night. Am I ever going to live this? Is this possible for me? You know, all your old demons there, facing them at night. And we have the Four of Swords. So there's a healing about that. There's a rest and a healing. Six of Swords and the Four of Swords, they are two very mentally calming cards. The Four of Swords understands the disappointments and the pains he had. Three of Swords in the past, with a understanding. The Ace of Swords here, and you have the Three of Swords here. Looking with his spirituality, retracting and understanding, you know, reassessment, to be able to move to calmer waters. Maybe letting go of the anxiety over how to attain a Ten of Cups. Because there you have two tens, Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups. So that means it's the end of those cycles of the level that you were used to live emotional fulfillment. End of that cycle to start to a new level of emotional fulfillment and solidity in your family, in your unions. But you need to lift your head a little bit. Bottom of the deck, I have the Lovers, Major Arcana of Gemini, but mostly this is being guided, letting our feminine side be guided by the divine. She looks at him so that our masculine side can manifest something that is inspired by the divine, so we can rise. Here the mountain in the back, and under that I have the High Priestess. So it's really like a looking inside, listening to your higher self, to your soul, what your soul wants to tell you, what spirit wants to tell you, so that you can rise and go to that new level. So let's clarify this reading for Taurus June. I call upon Spirit, I call upon the light, I call upon the guides. Help me give a clear reading for Taurus. Taurus. All right. Show me the Seven of Wands. What are they defending? What are they defending? The Tower. So maybe you're defending yourself because the Tower removes what is no longer needed. It's for a readjustment of things that we've been carrying, can be beliefs, situations, whatever, but that have served their purpose and now needs to go. And so that often brings an enlightenment. After the Tower is the Star, where we understand and we gain our faith and we are in our path. So that gesture of defending yourself maybe came from a shock that you had, where it gave you an idea of what you really want in a relationship, and you're deciding to defend that. Maybe you had like a vision of maybe something crumbled around you because it wasn't true, and you saw that this is not what I want to live at all. Talk to me about the Fool, that new cycle. That new cycle for... And that probably really quit a cycle real fast, because the Tower provokes something that maybe we wouldn't have done ourselves. So we have the Two of Wands. So there's a choice again. A choice of staying in our comfort zone or going upon to the world. So there's a question of choice also. And a question of building. See, there's that, the Three of Pentacles. All the trees are the shape of. What shape do you want your relationships to be like in the future? What do you want to build? And there you'll have the choice to how you want to build it. These are the three stages of creation. One has the idea. He wants to make a church, the priest. The architect is going to make the plan, and the craftsman is actually going to build it, giving it a shape. The trees are the shape of things. So that new cycle is going to ask you to make a choice, to inspire yourself from higher than you and exactly what you deserve and want to live. Because you don't want to live the Five of Pentacles. Maybe in the past you were left out in the cold there, not being seen for your true value. What is the Sun? Show me the Sun, Spirit. The Sun for Taurus. The Sun is following our heart. That's why it's the Leo card. Not the Leo, but it can be the Leo card. Ah, yeah. It is illuminated because you get clarity. You get clarity on what you want to live and what you will not accept. The Sun. That's an epiphany. So that Tower really brings you an understanding. In the month of June, you're going to see clearly what you want to live in relationships. Relationships can be anything. If you're happily married, it can be the relationships you have with your co-workers, with your boss, with your employees, with your clients, with your friends. It's the relationships here. Four of how your solidity and the celebration of life also. But since you're projecting on here family dynamic, it can be with your family also. This is what you're reassessing, and you are asked to make a decision of how you want to create your next cycle. Four of Cups. Temperance. So temperance, that can be Sagittarius, but temperance mostly it's the alchemy of life, when things are being prepared. So here Spirit is saying that in divine timing, now you have to continue experimenting life, to be tempered, and it was part of your tempering. And it's also a healing card, a divine timing and all of that. Your past experience was part of your tempering. We temper metal to make it stronger, more shiny, more pure. And they're preparing here that cup. So it is coming for you. Talk to me about the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, you moving on to calmer waters. That is the outcome of this comprehension. You're moving on to calmer waters. Here I have Queen of Cups. So because you have the understanding of what you have to offer, of the quality of your emotions, of your heart that you have to offer, and therefore you wouldn't give it to anybody. She doesn't give it to anybody, and she has the most beautiful cup. She also has the wisdom of the emotions. Queen of Cups. You have the Chariot. You're going to move on successfully, aligning your shadow and your light, your unconscious and your conscious here. Because you are reassessing and you're looking inside, really understanding what you want to build, how you want to imagine your future. So what you will imagine, you will go towards, and it has to be aligned. That means that you have to believe that it is there for you, and you will, because you know the value of things and you know the value of the emotions you have to offer, and will not offer to anything less. And here I have the Nine of Pentacles, being solid on your own. This is like better be alone than badly matched, you know? But that doesn't mean it's the single lady. It doesn't mean she stays single all the time, but it means that she is she's not codependent, because she's autonomous. She's strong with herself. And this is the outcome of this enlightenment and this choice you are going to make. Oops. Okay. So here with the worry and the Ten of Cups, I have the wounded warrior, Nine of Wands. That's why you worry, because in the past you were hurt. But with this I have the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. So it's right away like an offer maybe that is going to come to you. And it's going to start to manifest, like the universe sends the pentacle, the page grabs it. It's the first one to grab it in that new road, to implant something solid that would bring a Ten of Cups, that would bring a Ten of Pentacles. So there you are going to have an offer, and maybe part of you is going to go through all reviving your old demons there, because you were hurt in the past. Here, the wounded warrior. Four of Swords, Spirit. Justice, and the Eight of Pentacles, and Justice. So here, what you are going to heal about, the disappointments in the past, you are going to understand how maybe karmically, because this is when we invest and we see the result. The energy we put, that means the things we say, the moves we make, how we see life, all of that, because it's the five senses. So the energy we put out there and the results of it in our way of doing it. Okay? And here's Justice. That means a balancing of this energy. If it was crooked before, and you know it, you understand it, it happened to you, you really see it now, then the karma is over. It can be balanced, re-establishing, healing, and understanding the disappointments in the past. and the hurts of the past. So it's really going to be a choice at one point. And the universe is going to bring you a new opportunity there. Something solid that can be built to what you wanted, how you project yourself in the future. There you're going to have an opportunity to change that. Because you've been doing some reassessment and seeing the results of what has been happening for you until now, and you are going to change it. You are going to make the change, the choice of how you want to build for this new cycle that has to do with this dynamic of the Four of Wands, celebrating life with a brand new understanding. This is pure light and pure, really seeing clearly. Hard to see more clearly than that. And there's that healing of not just seeing what you've known, but actually lifting your head with faith of divine timing and healing of what the universe can want to bring you. Because now, see, you are moving on to calmer waters in the future, because you understand the value of what you're offering and you'll be strong in it. Success, new opportunity, that's it. I understand. Finish the karma. Talk to me about the Lovers. And the Lovers is exactly that. Letting ourselves be inspired by our higher self instead of our fears and what we've known and our ego for the way that we interact and build our lives. So it's changing now. It's changing for you. It will not be like you've lived before. And it will, the new opportunity will be brought by the divine. What is the Lovers for Taurus? Do you want to talk about it? The Hermit. So that is, see, going inside. The Hermit found his own master. He's listening to his higher self. That is the light that is in his lantern here. So that is what his actions, his willpower here, guided by his own light. He is great because this is wisdom, the Hermit. So it goes very well with this. And with the High Priestess under, because the Hermit went to visit the High Priestess, got the understanding of what everything that is in the shadows and how things affect our lives that are unseen. And he's seen his own light and he's being guided by it. Guided by what is superior here in his manifestation. So this is the choice you're making in June of creating, understanding how to create the family life you want, the dynamics you want, and that dynamic with the people around us, what you want to build, seeing clearly what you want to build in relationships. So this is your reading for the month of June. Thank you for all your shares and comments and likes. I read all the comments and subscribes. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna send you love and light and see you in July. All right? Bye-bye.